The world likes Joe Biden, but it is losing faith in America. I'm not saying this, the world is. These are the findings of a poll conducted in 12 countries in December 2020. These are the countries: Brazil, France, Germany, Japan, Kenya, India, Indonesia, Mexico, South Africa, Turkey, and the United States. Respondents in all these countries say that they support Joe Biden, but they do not trust America's ability to deliver. Another poll was conducted in Europe. They found that Biden's popularity or acceptability is undermined by pessimism against the US, surrounding the US. Europeans believe the US political system is broken and that the world cannot rely on Washington to protect its allies. Has America lost its global leadership position then? Are we living in a post-US era? Tonight on Gravitas, we look at where America stands on the world stage and what Joe Biden is doing to reclaim Washington's place, and whether it will be enough. Let's start with how Biden is reshaping America's foreign policy on China, on India, on Iran, and on Saudi Arabia. Recent decisions and statements offer some clues on Biden's thinking. They also offer insights into the problems that Biden is not thinking about. Problems like Afghanistan. No clear statement on America's longest ever war there. For the moment, let's talk about the countries that he has discussed, starting with China. Joe Biden wants to remain tough on China. Recently, the US president gave his first interview as president. This is how he describes Chinese President Xi Jinping.
He's very bright. He's very tough. He doesn't have, and I don't mean as a criticism, just a reality, he doesn't have a democratic small d bone in his body. But he is, the question is, I've said to him all along that we need not have a conflict, but there's going to be an extreme competition. And I'm not going to do it the way that he knows this.
Two takeaways from that statement. One, that America is not looking for a conflict with China, but it does fear, quote unquote, extreme competition, whatever that means. And number two, America wants to stop China from forcing its authoritarianism on the world. The question is, how do you do that with a country like China without a conflict? Well, America's new Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, has said something similar to the president. He had his first call with his counterpart in China, and it wasn't a pleasant one. Blinken was quite straightforward, we are told. He told China that the US will hold Beijing accountable for its abuses in the international system and for its efforts to threaten stability in the Indo-Pacific. During the call, Blinken said that the US wants to raise issues of human rights in Xinjiang, Tibet, and Hong Kong. He pressed China to condemn the military coup in Myanmar. Obviously, Beijing won't take any of this lying down, so it blamed America for the breakdown in their relationship and asked it to, quote unquote, strictly follow the one China policy on Hong Kong, Xinjiang, and Tibet. Not surprisingly, China also refused to recognize the Indo-Pacific. The Chinese statement uses the phrase Asia-Pacific instead, which brings me to India. Where does Team Biden stand on India? The American president did not mention India in his speech last week when he talked about foreign policy, when he talked about allies. No word on India. But the Biden administration has dropped some hints, mostly on the Quad, the quadrilateral alliance of India, the US, Japan, and Australia. They call the Quad. Now, reports say the US has proposed a Quad summit, an online meeting with the leaders of Australia, Japan, and India. America's National Security Advisor Jack Sullivan issued a statement last week. He said the Quad is, and I'm quoting, fundamental, a foundation upon which to build substantial American policy in the Indo-Pacific region. So New Delhi has something to look forward to here, but it must also prepare for scrutiny, especially on the issue of the farmer protests. We'll tell you more about it in just a bit. For the moment, let's discuss Iran. The sanctions will not be lifted. That's the bad news for Iran. President Biden has sent a clear message to Tehran. It will have to comply with the terms of the 2015 nuclear deal first. Iran will have to stop the enrichment of uranium before the talks begin. So for now, Biden is keeping the Trump-era sanctions on Iran. What is Tehran's response? Iran's leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has rejected Biden's demand.
If they want Iran to return to its JCPOA commitments, America must completely lift sanctions, and not just in words or on paper. They must be lifted in action, and then we will verify and see if they have properly been lifted, and then return to these JCPOA commitments. This is the Islamic Republic's definite policy.
Khamenei followed up those words with this tweet. He declared the post-US era has started. This is a clear message to Washington. Khamenei wants the US to come to the table first. West Asia remains a quagmire for America, and Biden's first steps on Saudi Arabia won't make his job any easier. Last week, Joe Biden put Saudi Arabia on notice. He declared the war in Yemen a quote-unquote humanitarian and strategic catastrophe. He withdrew America's support on the Saudi-led coalition. What does this mean? The US will no longer support the Saudi offensive in Yemen, an end to the military aid, curbs on weapon supplies. Reports say the US could cut off supplies of munitions and spare parts to Saudi Arabia, stop maintaining the aircraft of the Saudi Air Force, and limit sharing military advice. The United States has also moved to delist the Houthi rebels in Yemen as a terrorist organization. Saudi Arabia has led a military intervention against the Houthis since 2015. And this is quite a shake-up after Trump's very successful peace deals between the Arabs and the Israelis. So what do these decisions tell us? What should we make of Joe Biden's foreign policy? Too soon to tell. For most governments, Biden is a predictable, conventional president. Unlike Trump, who could sometimes pull a rabbit out of a hat and some other times talk through his hat. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.